Welcome to my channel. My name is Lexi and this is Beyond the Mirror. Today I am continuing my zodiac series by channeling Libra. Libra is a balance of beauty, harmony, and elegance. Being ruled by Venus, they of course care about beauty and aesthetics. So this look will gravitate towards soft, romantic, and elegant, while being about harmony with luminous skin and glowing features. So if you're curious to see how I got this look, keep on watching. Before I start with my base, I am going to be putting on some lip balm. My lips are so incredibly dry right now, and this is the Dior Addict in Icy Blue. For my base, I want very glowy but also very brightening. So I'm starting with my CoverGirl Clean Invisible foundation. For my under eyes and just red areas, I'm going to be using some color corrector today and then topping it with my concealer. The corrector is from Fenty Beauty, the Bright Fix Eye Brightener, and I wear the shade Melon. That one is like incredibly brightening on me and it has no coverage for my dark circles. I always end up going with too much, so I need to be careful because it is very brightening. It easily spreads, but you really just need the tiniest amount. I'm going to spread it out just a little and then blend it in just to see if I can maybe get some more coverage from this, but I don't think I will. I do feel like that added a little bit of coverage, though I am just a little self-conscious about that area, so I will be adding a little bit of concealer. And today I'm using the NYX Bare With Me Serum Concealer in Vanilla. This one also spreads really well and I like it just for really good high coverage. While that quickly sets, I'm just going to do my brows and then I'm just going to tap it out with a sponge. Now that the base is done, I am actually going to do the rest of the base before moving on to the eyes. And I'm going to be using my Hourglass palette. And I'm really excited because I feel like I don't really reach for this palette, but then doing research for this type of look, I really feel like a lot of what I need is in here. If you really wanted to, you could use some bronzer. I might just a little bit, just more for that soft definition, but nothing like too contrasting. And I really want to use this blush in here. I love that it has like the illuminator in there. I think the highlight is also perfect. Not sure about the setting one because I might use just like a pink setting powder, again, to really focus on that brightening in the center of the face, but I'm gonna wait till I get there to decide. I do need to decide quickly because I feel like that combination of the color corrector and concealer do tend to get too much and start creasing. So first I'm just going to take a fluffy brush to get at that bronzer. I do wish that the pans in here were a little bit wider because I have a hard time getting my brush in there sometimes. So that's about as much as I'm going to go because I just want that soft definition and just luminosity, but it kind of creates this shadow and it's perfect. I'm not really going to be taking it here because I'm going for a higher blush placement, but I am going to just sweep the excess from my eyes to kind of connect to where it is. I don't just have like a helmet of bronzer. And then I will also just take it down the neck as well. So this one is called Iridescent Rose. So I'm just taking that on a fluffy brush and I'm gonna focus at a higher placement. So I want more of the lifted look and I just want it more ethereal looking. I always forget how beautiful this palette is. I'm just more of, I like using other products, or if I have some Project Pan items, I just forget to use this, but I'm always like so amazed. I'm like, why do I not use this palette more? And that's why I avoided the bronzer or any contour here because it would just get too muddy, especially with that placement right there. So I'd rather just focus on kind of creating that shape. If you want, you can bring it slightly lower, like right there, but I wouldn't go any lower than that. That way, at least head on, you can see some of the blush. Just gonna do a little on the nose as well, the forehead, just whatever is left over. I'm not dipping back in for more. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of strobe light on my finger and just kind of like pat it in areas. And then you can take a clean finger to blend it in. With this highlighter, I'm going to target all of my high points. So here, under the brow, nose, upper lip. I really love this placement, but specifically for this look, you really do want just glowing etherealness. So that is what the highlighter will achieve. And with highlighters like this, when I go over the lip, I actually go a little bit on my Cupid's bow. So I want some of that shining through. It kind of like erased it. I want it shining through once I put my lip products on there. I do think I'm going to go with some brightening powder right in the center just because I feel like it's very dewy, and if you ever use cream products, it can feel like itchy or like you need to touch it. So this is gonna be much better than the one in the Hourglass palette. I just find that that one is really beautiful, but it doesn't necessarily like set it. It's more just so like, it's kind of like sheen I have going over here. I feel like it does that. So I'm taking my e.l.f. Halo Glow in pink, and just look at this side compared to this side. I mean, it just looks so much better. But I'm not gonna powder anywhere else. The eyes are going to be very simple for this look, but really just diving into that ethereal, glowy look. Could go multiple ways with this, but this is just what I'm choosing to do, though I think like leaning into the very soft pinks and soft rose shades would also be very beautiful for this look, but this is what I have available to me and what I've decided on curating. So first I am going to take some of my kohl eyeliner. This is from Huda Beauty and this is very brown. And I just want to create some little bit more definition in my lash line, but that is it. I'm not even winging it out. It's a very smudgy look. After smudging it with my finger, I'm going to go back in towards the tail end and just deepen it up a little bit more. Then I'm going to be taking my Huda Beauty Creamy palette, and this is the Greige Creamy Obsessions. Before that, I am going to set my lids, and I'm just using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Then I'm going into kind of like this lightish purple, pink, lavender shade, and I'm just going to do a wash of that all over the lid. So I'm done with that palette, and then I'm going to be taking my Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette and taking my absolutely favorite shade, Mia, which is just this really cute light pink baby pink shade. It's very icy and just so beautiful. And I'm just going to take that on my finger and just kind of concentrate it in the center, but then just scatter glitter everywhere else. So I focused my finger there and then just kind of patted it up. And then lastly, for the inner corner, I'm taking my Colourpop Sailor Moon for Love and Justice palette. And I'm going to be taking the shade, taking Friends Forever. And I mean, I feel like that really enhances this look. Like from having it here to here, you can really just see that it opens the eye up more and just looks so much more brighter and intentional. So like I said, the eyes were very simple, but I feel like they're just so intentional and they look really, really good. So then moving on to the lips, which is the final piece of this look. I'm going to be wiping this off, because I am going in with my Huda Beauty lip liner. These I really enjoy, but there kind of is a learning curve to them. They do recommend that your lips are completely dry, and I mean, after wiping that off, they feel quite dry, so I think it'll be okay. And I always store it upside down, or like it has arrows, and I just make sure it's always in this position. But this one, I have the shade Baby Pink, or yeah, Baby Pink, and it looks more like the rosewood color to me. So that's a little upsetting that I'm not getting the color that I wanted. It feels like it's not coming out. And I'll kind of show you, but you have to be quick and it dries down. So I'm just gonna outline the shape and then go in with a lipstick. And then if I am gonna tough it out, just do it now. I will say it's looking more baby pink than what I've seen before, so it's kind of weird that like the pigment is getting less and less, but it does seem more like the color that was advertised now. I'm just going to give that a second to truly set before I put on my lipstick, so I'm going to go do mascara and I'll be right back. So the lip liner should not budge now, and the mascara I used was the Caliray Come Hell or High Water. It's a tubing formula and I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. So far it has been the best removal for tubing mascaras, but I just feel like it doesn't hold a curl. Like, I don't know, I can feel like it's already heavy and like my lashes are going down even after curling them, but whatever. That is what I used today. So then to finish the look, I'm going to go in with my lipstick, and I'm using the Give Beauty one. This is Screen My Phone Calls. It's kind of like a mauve-y, purpley pink, but I think it'll be really cute for this look, and this liner is a bit darker, so I'm just going to focus this on the center. I'm going to go back in with that strobe light and just pat a tiny, tiny bit on my lips, just in the center. And that's what you can do when you don't have like a frosty lipstick or lip gloss. Just add a little bit, or even some glimmery eyeshadow. Just be careful that it's not like a chunky one or you're not eating it. So here is the finished look. I absolutely love how this look came out. I feel like I say that about all of these looks, but I am truly memorized by the eyeshadow look for this. It just looks so ethereal and pretty, and I just really, really like how this look came out. Thank you so much for watching my video and making it this far. If you enjoy my content, please make sure to subscribe and like this video. It really helps me and my channel and lets me know that I'm doing a good job. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!